gentlemen, we got a taste of it a little earlier on here on Saturday night's main event with the masses felt the main.
Come with me if you want to live.
Quite the walk to get up here today. It was worth it. I really thought the weather would be dumping on me by now, but it turns out that it's holding up. So that's nice. The 90s were a time. That's when I was born. And it was great. America seemed like to me at the time when I was a kid that it was in full swing and everybody was jacked. Even our toys were buff. And Arnold and Stallone and Michael J. White as Spawn were all headlining every movie, and I wanted to be just like them, just as big, just as strong. Of course, that impulse would fade after some time, and then fast forward many years, I'd be around 12 or 13 at the mall, and I was there with my friend, a good friend. His name was Teddy. We were just walking around, and at that time, in my friend group, punk rock was like the thing. And I think it's just because the music sounded terrible and it pissed off our parents, maybe. But I had the orange mohawk, the vest with the studs, everything. I had all of that, and no money. Just fitting to the music. I remember we were at the mall, walking around, and someone had started to bother me. Just harassed me for no reason. I forget what was said, but what ended up happening was these dudes were around in their 20s, maybe a little later, and I was 12, 13, probably closer to 12. Whatever it was, they just started shoving me on the ground over and over. They wouldn't let me get up. I remember looking in the mall to people for help and had other adults look back at me with indifference. No one cared because of the way I was dressed. That was the first drop in the bucket that gave me the impulse to want to be stronger. But instead of listening to it, I went through with that and just built up my repertoire of insults, my terrible attitude, and my disgust for authority. This got worse. So I went through high school with that same attitude, but I was never physically capable. I was always just still the same weak, broken kid. Just I would act like that I could take care of myself, even though deep down I knew that I never could. And I would live like that for a long time. And I didn't really start actually lifting until I went to Bagram, and my buddy Eric was there, and he really showed me the ropes in the beginning stages of how to stay consistent and be strong and what works and why the barbell and all the good basics. And I would get out of there, come home, and my coach and good friend Adam would take me way beyond that initial phase and give me some good wisdom on how to not be an idiot when I'm training and exercising. And it was great. I got way stronger, way more confident. But it's funny, as I got stronger and bigger, my outward attitude of being this emboldened jerk really faded. My confidence got better because I knew I was becoming more capable and I didn't need to show this bravado that really wasn't there. And it's a good way to live now. But why is all that important? Why does the mall and me being traumatized by a 20-year-old really matter? Well, it matters to me because that is my why. That's why this all got started. That's why I think that strength is the greatest thing to have over everything else. Personally, that's my opinion. If you want to be good at running, it's your choice. But I think that you should be strong too. Because you want strength as a tool to have inside of your tool belt, because it's not a matter of if something bad happens, it's when something bad happens. And if it's you or your family that's on the line, you're going to want to have that strength to help you get through it, whatever it is, right? Maybe my reason for getting into lifting is a good bit of paranoia. I think that's fair to say. And just because that's my reason doesn't mean it has to be yours. All that trauma and stuff I've had over these years rolls around in the back of my mind, and I still see myself as that skinny kid getting shoved down in the mall by someone bigger and stronger than them. I still see that person in the mirror every day. I think that'll be there forever. But the gym is such a good place to take those crazy emotions that roll around in our minds and make us think terribly of ourselves and try to leave them there. They'll still be there, right? In the back of your mind, they'll still exist. But maybe that day, after you train, they'll be a little bit more bearable. Oh, well, we'll do some reading. It's getting chilly up here all of a sudden. Should probably get scooting. I'm starting to cool off from the hike. I hope this helps some of you out there. Whoever.